Hello everyone, today a new video. Today I present to you the cartoon rig by Ibis. So all the links are in the description. Of course, it is not free, it is for sale. It is currently priced at 20 euros on the Gumroad site, so you can order it right now. It was just a little warning before starting the video, because the entire video will be about this rig. Then of course, Ibis's social media links are in the description. A big thank you to him for really helping me with this rig. I'm truly very grateful, and we'll start directly with the tutorial. So to download the famous rig, you just need to click on I want this on my Gumroad page that contains the cartoon rig. Well, for me, it says I want this because I'm the creator, so I don't necessarily need to buy it. But originally, it will say 20 euros. You will need to enter 20 euros in the thing, then click on I want this. Then you click on pay, there you go, on pay, and then normally you will receive the pack somewhere in your emails, and you will also see this folder appear, which contains a first file called Zikarig1 and another called Zikarig2. So, the first one contains cartoon lights, and the second one contains lights a bit like you saw at the beginning, a bit 3D like that. So to import your character texture onto the rig on Blender, you just need to go to Roblox Studio, go to the bottom left to when you create a new map on Roblox Studio, type load character and select plugin on the left. You will see a paid and a free option. Of course, you select the free one, click on it and click on install. Then you can go to plugin at the top left, load character, then type the username you have on Roblox. Normally, your character will be generated automatically. You just have to press generator 6. Do not press generator 15, as it will not match the avatar that the rig has. Once you have generated your character, you just need to go to the right, select your username, right click, and then export the selection. You enter the username you want. I put my Roblox username, and then normally the texture and the OBJ file, which is the 3D file, will be exported to the location you set on your computer. So once you've done that, you're done with Roblox Studio. It was pretty quick. And now you can head over to Blender again, then select the small shading menu at the top. So to select your texture, you just have to click on the small cross of the square with the little orange O. And then you will click on open, then you will type in your search bar, handle 1, you will type handle 1, and then the first image you come across will be your character, unless you have already created one before. It might switch to handle 2, so you select this file, and normally the texture of your avatar will be automatically applied to the character in Blender. Now, what we have left to do is change the position of the avatar. So to change the position of the avatar, you will click on the kind of lines on the character. They are not natural, they come from Blender. We call them bones. So to change that, you will click on it, then you will change the mode at the top left. Normally it should say object mode, so you will select pose mode, then you will be able to move any bone by just clicking on it, then going to the left, in the left section, in the movements. There normally it's a thing to move the arm, but you can also rotate them, enlarge them. So you will press on those things, then you can move the position as you like. I'll let you watch how I do it, and then you can copy right after to know how you can do it for your poser. You will surely see a small problem at the knees, but no, everything is normal, of course. You just need to click on the small gear above the character, then go to the right in the items category and select the IK Bones button. So this will remove, it will slightly change the functioning of the knees, the functioning of the legs, the functioning of the bones located at the lower part of the body. I still advise you to start to deselect the box so that the knee, the upper leg and everything, since who was moving, I find it simpler. It's a point of view, but I still find it simpler for those who are starting. So there you go. I'll leave you with a little time lapse of me posing the character. So I'm gonna try to make a little running pose. So I start by moving the arms, the legs, then the head. So I'll leave you with that and I'll be back as soon as I'm done. Once you have finally completed your pose, you will press the little camera and then go right to view. Then you will select camera to view, and then the view you will see once you have pressed the camera button will be the view the camera has. So you just need to position yourself well, and normally when you do the final render, you will see the right angle, the one you wanted, the one you see in the background. And so then, to see the render, you just have to go to render in the settings at the top left in render, then click on render image, and then normally all your render will be ready. So to download it, you just have to go to the top left, press save as, and now press the little plus if you already have files called unsealed, or name it as you wish, do as you like. You download it and normally your PNG file will be in your files quite simply. And then it will be ready to be put on Ibis Paint on Photoshop to be able to redraw over it. So that's the next step. I'll show you that right away. I also forgot to mention it, so I am saying it in the middle of the video, but for cartoon shadows, cartoon light and everything, there are several functions. For example, lines that create small lines. Then there's the shadow tab to make a shadow more or less pronounced, so more or less black. So I advise you to set it either to the minimum or halfway, but at the maximum I find it too much. And the little Fresnel that is used to add small spots of light on the areas where the character should have light, I advise you not to use it because I don't find it great. I find the result really not great unless it's really pronounced lights, but in this case they are not very pronounced lights, so I advise you not to use it. Oh, there you go. Then you just need to open Ibis Paint. This time I installed Ibis Paint on the computer. I find it still more practical, bigger, clearer, faster. So I got it on the computer. Unfortunately, it's a paid version that I have. Normally with the free version, you have 1 hour per day. So there are techniques to have this 1 hour per day free indefinitely. They are annoying. I tell you, they are really annoying to do. For example, you have to change the date every hour, change the date to the one above, etc., etc. And like that, you just accumulate hours because they don't take the system time, the time from their system. They take the time from our computer system. So you just have to change the day and then normally you'll have another free hour. So to start, you will press on My Gallery. There you go, the little button with the small brush inside. Then you will press the little plus at the top right. Then set it to the format 2560 by 1440. Then press OK. Once you have pressed OK, you can go to the bottom right in the layers. So the 4 little squares with the one inside, you just have to press it, then click on the little camera, so import photo. I'm sorry about this part, I didn't realize while I was recording my screen, but the Ibis Paint part, I did all the movements quickly. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry about that. But then press import a photo, and then you just have to import your little render. Once you've imported it, chosen it from your files, you place it as you like. I really recommend putting it right in the middle, quite large. So to start making it into a cartoon, you just need to press the little layers at the bottom right again, then create a new one. You can set the background to black like I did, because there will be black and white outlines around it, so it's easier to see. So we create a small layer, we put it over the render we just started. There you go. We select the brush, set the size we want. We don't have to use the same size as mine really. We choose a size that's still quite large so that it looks a bit cartoonish. So we set it, I think I set it to 20 or 22. I set it to 20, okay. So I set it to 20 and then obviously we don't make the same mistake as me. We click on the little finger at the top. At the top right, then select the Bezier curve. So then, once you have somewhat understood how this feature works, which was updated not long ago. I find it really not great for this function of Ibis Paint. I really think it changed a bit of everything that was good with this function, but by adapting, it's okay. So I'll leave you with a little time lapse of me outlining the character, so the outline of the legs separate from the outline of the torso. So I create a new layer each time for each part of the body, the legs together, the torso together, the two arms together, then the head on its own. Next, you will need to correct the imperfections. So erase the torso that is in the arm, which is surrounded by the arm. So you will need to remove it by selecting the torso layer. Now you will go into the layers. You will press next to the squares with the little cross inside. You will press on it. Then you will select Add Folder. Once you have clicked on Add the folder, you just need to put the layers in the folder. Just once you've done that, you just need to click again on the folder button so it closes and the layers are no longer with that folder. So now you will create a new layer above folder, and then you will set the size of your brush, the thickness of your brush, to half of what you had said just before to make the outlines. Personally, since I had set it to 20, I set it to 10 the second time. So with these brush strokes, you will be able to connect the small peaks of the different parts of the body. For example, the leg, since it's a bit rectangular like that, well, normally you should be able to position them correctly. Then we move on to coloring. So we take the eyedropper tool located on the left of our screen and select a part of the render. For example, I wanted to do the torso, so I took the eyedropper, touched the torso with it, and it gave me the color pink. Then we create a layer above the 3D render. Next, we use the paint bucket to select the color areas where you want the color you selected to be applied. Of course, we don't forget to correct the small imperfections, the missed lines, the little corners of color where the pink didn't apply, or the color of your choice, by the way. And for the skin of the body, you select the skin color of your choice, then fill in the areas where there is skin with the paint bucket in the same way. Now, for the shadow areas on the clothes, I advise you to create another layer on top of the clothes, specifically the color of the clothes, and set it to 50% opacity. So it's the little bar below the layers that allows us to lower the opacity, and I suggest setting it to 20, 25, not like 50, as I did in the tutorial. And then to create the shadows, we take another slightly more orange color like I did with the brush, and then we select the shadow areas visible on the 3D render. We just go over them with the orange color as I'm doing now. Then for the kind of light, you just need to take a lighter color than the one you used for the color underneath. And then you do like me on the edge like this in the direction where the sun is going, so not where you put the shadow, where you put the base color. And your render is finished. You just need to add black outlines if you want. So you just go to filters, style, and then press the key in parentheses both, and you will add outlines where you choose the color black and then add small white outlines. That's what I like to do in thumbnails, but you can really do as you like. You are free to choose. Both are very good. So there you go. That's all. This tutorial is finished. I hope it helped you. I hope you like this tutorial. If you like the video, feel free to like it, subscribe, and send positive comments. And don't forget to check all the social media of Paris Base, which are all in the description. And I'll see you soon for a new video.